Good morning, everyone. This is Rafegal, and this one has been a long time in coming. Final Fantasy Tactics has been one of my favorite games for a long time. Tactical games in general are something I've always really enjoyed. Longtime fans of the channel will know that I played a lot of XCOM back in the day. Obviously, Symphony of War was one of the biggest things that I have ever done. And even the RPGs that I do play I tend to approach from a tactical standpoint. So this is something that's been on my radar for a while. There are a couple various reasons that I hadn't gotten around to it, but we're here now. So I'm excited. Ivalice Chronicles just came out like a week or so ago, and I feel like this is going to give me it gives me the best way to play it. Just because it's already on the computer, as opposed to trying to emulate it, which would have been not great. A lot of the stuff is cleaned up. As far as the mechanics, there's a rebalancing, graphics, voice acting, so I don't have to read the entire script out loud, which was one of the factors for me not recording it originally. I've been debating here. I think I want to try Tactician. Okay, and then we need to pick our birthday, which is a really weird thing to throw in unless you understand how the zodiac system works in this, which I have a vague idea about, we'll say, and I believe leaving it at January 1st for Capricorn is correct. Okay, sorry, just had to verify that. So the way that this works, each character is going to have a zodiac sign, and there is a network of interactions that basically give a bonus to your actions against them, their actions against you, based on zodiac signs. Capricorn is the most offensively efficient because more enemies are, I guess, vulnerable to the Capricorn, including several important story battles. Particularly including the spots where Ramza has to fight alone. So that is where we're going to be pulling that from. I was tempted to try a more defensive option, but this feels good. Tactician, Capricorn. Let's do this.
I am Arazlam J.D. For the greater part of my life, I have been a student of Ivalice's middle age. You are familiar with the War of the Lions, no? It was a bitter war of succession that rent the land of Ivalice in two. Here we first find mention of Delita Hyrule, the hero who would draw the curtain on this dark act of our history. His is a tale of great renown, familiar to all who dwell within our land.
I love we're getting this from a narrator, actually read by a narrator.
Sometimes a mere fragment of the truth. There was another young man, Ramza Beowulf.
Hey, I know how to say it now. That's the best part of the voice acting.
Famed for producing leaders of men. There is no official record of the role he played on history's stage. However, according to the Jurai papers, which had long lain concealed in church archives, this forgotten young man was in fact the true hero.
I love how this framing is all set up before the game even starts. It's really easy. It's really easy to forget how much of the framing you're told up front. It's one of those things where
Join me now in my search to uncover
the downside of voice acting when it cuts me off mid-sentence. And I don't want to go too long without talking, obviously. You're not just watching this to watch somebody play the game. You're watching this, theoretically, to hear my takes on things as we go. Or to hear my process as we're going through things. So yeah, this game is one of the things that it is most well known for is the story. And the characterization of Ramza and Delita, which is going to be a big deal throughout this game. We kind of get pre-introduced to them by this framing of the narrator. And we get a ton of information about what is going to happen throughout this. And the way that Ramza is going to be framed within the story. The way other characters are going to see him as we're progressing. And to an extent, where we start versus where we end up. Which is absolutely, like, the thing that makes this game so great. Because Ramza is kind of this unlikely hero in a way, where he feels like a standard protagonist, and then things just kind of shift as the game progresses. But it's mostly about perspective, and I think that that's kind of one of the big themes with the game in general, is the idea of, you know, history being told by the victors and the different perspectives that different people have on history. And we're definitely going to get a lot of that throughout it as well, not just, you know, with the major story, but you know, the framing throughout. I feel like it's definitely a major part of chapter 1 in particular. And that kind of way that perspective is presented is going to be what, I guess, causes Delita to take the actions that he is going to take. I'm trying really hard also not to go into too much detail ahead of time, because, you know, we are... I don't want to spoil everything for people who are not familiar with it, I guess. We've already been presented with the frame story, so I don't feel bad about that part.
Oh, Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
Lady Ovelia, it is time.
I'll not be much longer, Agrius.
Your escort has already arrived.
Please, heed the good lady's words, Highness. You must hurry.
Still in here, are you? It's been the better part of an hour.
Gafgarian, you forget yourself, sir. You are in the
I
presence
like
of
that
the
choice for
princess.
Gafgarian.
Mayhap bowed heads would less offend. But you would do well to waste less time on idle pleasantries.
I see even the noble Order of the Northern Sky cannot rid itself of vulgar knaves.
A guard captain in these rain-sodden hinterlands ought not to expect chivalry. We are in the employ of the Order, not of it. Our pay does not cover trite courtesies to the likes of you.
Govern your tongue.
Enough. Let us be on our way.
I've always loved the art style in this game as well.
Father, watch over you, child.
The
And you, Elder.
the portraits have a very unique style. The the noseless portraits.
The enemy is upon us.
Duke Goltana's men?
We are paid for this. Time to earn our keep. What is it, Ramza? You above getting paid to do a job?
I'm a knight no longer. Just another sellsword.
Right then. To battle.
Deliver us, O Lord.
Okay. So we get our introduction here. En media res with Agrius,
They bear the crest of the
Gafgarian.
Black Lion. Duke Goltana must be mad.
We get a lot of names thrown at us in rapid succession here.
You there, wench. It is useless to resist. You will surrender the princess. If not, well, I would hate to see anything happen to that pretty face of yours.
A head on a sword. These swords of Goltana, lack wits one and all.
In that case, we should be able to handle this without you, Gafgarian.
Mayhap you could, but there's no money to be made in that. Lad, Ramsa, with me.
Okay.
Kill them all! Leave no man standing!
So this is the
Have a
tutorial
slaughter
battle.
them. Are you mad? Kill them here, and you'll have played into Duke Goltana's hands. We need only put them to rout.
I find dead men rout more easily.
We immediately see the back and forth here. Oh. In the first battle, you control only Ramza. When his turn comes, you move. If you select wait, he'll take no actions. Okay. And we see the combat timeline on the left. Abilities. Ramza's jump command is called Metal. We don't have a ton of options here to start with. Yeah, no, I love the fact that right off the bat, movement in battle. It's going to keep interrupting me. Yes. Okay. Just trying to figure out how all these controls work. So the camera is on the right stick. You can use the left stick to move around, or the D-pad. Turn on different options here with L. And we're seeing that our entire party is going to go before the enemy party, which is pretty cool. So I don't want to get completely wrecked, but the rest of our team does move before the enemies. So we're going to move forward and attack.
Time to work.
So as I was saying before it became my turn, we see right off the bat this difference in values between Gafgarian and Agrius, who are representatives of the noble or knightly class and the lesser, I guess, the peasant class, the mercenaries and sellswords that are also a part of this war between the two factions. We also are introduced, obviously, to Ramza, who starts off by saying, "I'm a knight no longer, just another sellsword." But obviously, he is our protagonist, and we're probably going to learn that that is not necessarily the case. Even if he is technically a sellsword and has even if his values are even if his station is not of a knight, his values are noble. We see Alicia here moving behind him behind the enemy to negate any chances of getting other attacks, counterattacks, and guards and such. We don't have a good way to get behind this guy. We could just attack this alchemist, and I think that is what we're gonna do. That's only gonna do 29. But I think there's a good chance somebody else finishes it off before.
Will I survive this?
And then we can now move, and we're gonna go over here
Onward.
to avoid getting hit again. Agrias is gonna drop both of them. Agrias is awesome. She's one of my favorite characters. She's definitely both just as a character and as a like personality and mechanics, she is a good character.
Let me think.
We're not going to have her in our party for a while here, which is unfortunate. But we'll get her back eventually.
Forward.
Okay, so we're basically, I mean, it's a tutorial battle. You're not supposed to lose it, and it is honestly pretty hard to lose. Our party is over-leveled,
I was careless.
is outnumbering them, and yeah. Most of it is controlled by the AI, so you're not getting a chance to screw it up. You're maybe seeing there that as Gafgarian is doing his actions, we are actually getting 2 numbers that pop up, one on the enemy, one on him. His ability, his Dark Knight magic, drains HP from the enemies.
It's over!
No. Lady Ovelia.
This way. Hurry up. And try making a little less noise.
I'll not take orders from you!
You've quite a mouth on you, princess.
Hold there!
I think not. If you feel wronged, blame yourself or the father.
This cannot be.
Delita. He lives. But why does he serve under the banner of Duke Goltana? I do not understand.
So we get the end of
Records
our...
the hero Delita Hyrule first appear 1 year before the outbreak of the War of the Lions. The loss of the 50 Years' War saw Ivalice paying enormous reparations and ceding vast swathes of land to Ordalia, the victors. Knights and sellswords returned from the front to find their homes razed and loved ones slain. Compounding their woes, they were denied pay for their service and stripped of their livelihoods. This ill treatment led many to abandon their fealty to the crown and the nobility. Once loyal soldiers became rogues and traitors, donning the thief's cloak and plotting treason. It was a time of great unrest for Ivalice. Murder and theft were commonplace. Many were the young adventurer and mage who stepped forward to counter this threat. Of these, the city of Garland, too, saw its share. It was there that our tale began, a year earlier.
There we go. So now we're getting in chapter 1. We get this in media res that was kind of the present, and now we actually flash back to the past.
Did you hear? Another Wayne was struck last night on its way to Egros.
The Corpse Brigade again.
'Tis long past the hour for drills. What is happening, I wonder? Delita, what do you suppose this is about?
And we get this reveal that Ramza and Delita, who we've been hearing about, that knew each other.
I could hazard a guess.
Which obviously is kind of implied at the beginning, but isn't said outright.
Oh, do tell.
I think Duke Larg is coming to Garland.
Duke Larg? Why?
Not just the Duke. The Marquis Elmdor the Limbri, too.
That's the first I've heard of it. This has not the sound of a state visit.
All of Ivalice is in turmoil. The Order's supposed to be keeping things under control, but the fact is, they number too few.
And they mean to bolster their numbers with us.
All right, everybody, fall in.
Right away, we see this contrast again. Ramza is a little bit more naive, while Delita...
The Order of the Northern Sky has an assignment for its Knight's Apprentice.
Delita, it feels a bit more worldly, despite being a commoner, while Ramza is a noble's son.
As I'm sure you're already aware, the number of brigands roaming Galleon is on the rise. Among them, the Corpse Brigade, a seditious lot with a grudge against the very crown they had served. Rogues such as they must be dealt with. The Order has been commanded to undertake an operation to eliminate the brigade. An operation of a grand scale. We will not be acting alone. The Order will be joined by, among others, His Excellency Duke Larg's Royal Guard. This will leave Egros Castle undermanned. Your task will be to proceed there and support us from the rear by bolstering its defenses. Remember, you represent the Academy itself. Noble or otherwise, your actions reflect upon us all. Fight with honor and trust in your steel.
Okay.
Twould seem the time to take up arms is already upon you, young apprentices. I've just received word that a band of thieves, routed by our knights, flees here to Garland, where the bustling streets will only aid their escape. We will move to stop them and finish the task of our brothers. You, young apprentices, will accompany us. This is but a squall before the storm of battle. Prepare yourselves at once. Dismissed.
I don't remember exactly what the script is
Let's be on our way.
from the original, but this does feel different, and definitely feels different in a good way. I like the feeling it has. Okay, world map. That'll progress the story, locations list, and oh, it actually tells you what all shops are available based on that and what specific weapon and armor categories. That is excellent. I need to remember that this is the wrong controller. And it flips the buttons. Okay. So, Magic City Garland doesn't have any shops. I don't think it's going to let us do anything here. Except move out. So this is kind of our first actual situation. We get to place 5 units, which I think we only have 5 units at this point. Choose where to position. Okay, so I think, if I'm remembering correctly, we do want Ramza here. Trying to figure out how to. I shouldn't have clicked through. Oh, okay, that's what it. Oh, you have to select the tile first. Duh. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick check here. So we've got none of these characters are going to be that different from one another at this point. The main things offhand that we want to look at, and they're not much like the Zodiac thing, you can play the game completely ignoring it, and it's not going to be a big deal. However, the bravery and faith stats are the big things that we're looking at here. In particular, for a magical character, we want high faith, low bravery.
I'm ready.
For a physical character, we want high bravery, low faith. Magic damage, both dealt and received, is based on faith. So a low faith character will take less damage from magic. So 6455.
Understood.
And we'll go there.
Lead the way.
To battle.
What have we here? Little moppets, is it? Our luck's turned for the better. All right, lads. Cut through these and we're as good as fled.
Okay.
Make quick work of them. And don't be leaving those squealers behind.
Leave it to me.
So Delita is a guest character. He's still going to act on his own as an NPC. These characters are going to be... Ugh. That's a lot of damage right off the bat.
Careful, Ramza. Remember, the well-aimed thrust pierces the mail.
Don't patronize me, Delita. We Beowulfs know our way around the battlefield.
Beowulf, was it? Heir to the noble house, Beowulf, I'd wager. Looks like we have ourselves some apprentices from the academy. Well, highborn moppies are still moppets.
Lay down your arms or die clutching them. None will mourn your passing.
Oof.
Is that right? You're in far over your little heads.
Right.
Okay. So, we've got... Okay. So we get the expected outcome. We see the accuracy, hit chance, damage, everything. We're going to always try and approach from the side or the front. We get our access to our allied units now.
I'm in your debt.
It's always better to do something than nothing. Both just for the sake of action economy and also because we want to make sure that we're getting as much experience and JP as we can so we don't have to grind. So we can't reach the enemies yet. We throw rocks at them. You know, like heroes. They are also going to use a potion here. Undo all of our hard work. The big shift this time is that Delita is going to get to attack as well. I think we want to make sure we're staying on target here. So we're going to have Sandra move up here.
It's time.
She could have gotten over here to Johannes, but we don't want to clump in too much. I do think we want to finish Edmund off instead of trying to start hitting one of these other enemies. The downside here is that does leave Ramza a bit vulnerable.
Coming through.
There we go.
How to proceed?
And that is pretty much what I thought was going to happen, but I'm glad I double checked. We're going to go right into the middle here. Partially because I want to reduce the number of attacks on Delita and Ramza here.
I'll not be defeated. Only one thing for it.
We're going to attack head on here once again just to kind of make sure that we're sealing off the route there. Because now Johannes is not going to be able to hit Ramza or Delita because he has to walk all the way around. And at this point, he's probably going to attack our chemist, which is less good. Oh, never mind. Delita's gonna jump in there first and hit him.
No substitute for experience.
And he's probably gonna attack Delita back as the weakest member. Yep.
I'm getting better at my turn.
We're gonna have Ramza move up here. We want to shut down that healer.
My thanks.
Whatever it takes.
Unit level can also increase, so we got some XP. Honestly, that probably is a good reason to ignore Rolf for the rest of this, but we'll just have him move back here for now. Domus is not going to be able to move up onto the roof. What I'm actually going to do is have him move over here and throw a rock. And the reason for that is
I can do this.
to prevent the enemy from running away from Ramza.
Onward.
No.
That's good positioning on their part. They're going to use a potion on themselves, most likely. Yep. Perfect.
Here I go.
Not ideal here. Because they're going to be able to jump back across. And we're not going to be able to jump back across to them. So I think we want to move to this position because that's going to cut them off from jumping back to us.
I underestimated you.
I must keep moving forward.
Ramza gets a level up. Don't love not doing anything here, but we are running low on potions and they don't have a good option there. Start attacking into that guy from the side. That should kill.
Everything
Perfect.
lost. Now then.
If I must.
Leave it to me.
Okay, and at this point, everything is down to these last two. Delita's gonna use a potion, which is good.
I'll not be outdone.
I think that does use one of our two potions that we had left, though, which is a little less good.
No, not like this.
Right.
We should start getting some crystals soon, or I would think. As we are playing through the game, you are going to see me do that a lot. It might seem weird to attack my own units, but as I said, one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do here is manage my experience without having to just sit and grind. So by using something that is less powerful, and actually in this case I'm gonna have our chemist attack Dalida, we get experience and job points for that, even if you're attacking your own units. So we want to keep getting as much as we can.
Was I so weak?
Why persist in such folly? Honest work would see them die old in bed. Yet they choose instead this early grave.
Awesome.
Barbeneth Beowulf, a great hero who had attained the distinguished title of Knight Gallant, approached the hour of his death.
What news of the war?
The Order has struck a great blow. Limbri is ours once more. 'Tis but a matter of time ere the Ordalians withdraw from Seltenia. All goes as planned, Lord Father. Be not troubled.
The envoy dispatched to treat with Advocate Lenario returned this night past. He has agreed to your proposal, Lord Father.
Good. Very good. Then the war will die with me.
Father.
There now, Alma. Do you want my last memory to be of your tears?
Where is that Ramsar? He should be here at your side.
Zalbag, Dystag, you are dear to me. But Ramsar is no less so. Though he be not the issue of the womb that bore you, my sons, still my blood courses through his veins. Watch after him.
Lord Father!
You forget yourself, Ramsar.
You have come. Good. Let me look upon your face once more.
Lord Father.
How long has it been? You've grown into a fine young man. I would hear of your studies. You've been at the academy since spring, is it? Hear me, Ramsar. For generations, we Beowulfs have stood foremost of those who serve the crown. Ours is the soul of the knight. Become a knight worthy of your name. Tolerate no injustice. Stray not from the true path.
I love this introduction.
The path you must walk. A Beowulf can walk no other.
So right away, we find this message
Your
once
friend,
again.
Delita. He is a good boy. He is low-born, but he can serve you well. I've made arrangements for him to enter the academy. You should have seen the look on the headmaster's face.
I love Barbaneth.
In the years ahead, you will need someone whom you can trust. You could do far worse than delete her.
As you say, Father.
Take care of your sister. And show these brothers of yours what it is. What it is to be a knight.
Was a wonderful performance and a little disconcerting, honestly. But yeah, we get this great introduction. Barbaneth is Ramsa's father. We learn here a lot of information. This is where we actually learn that Delita is lowborn. We learn that he has a sister and 2 brothers, that his brothers are half-brothers. They are... that Ramsa was born to... is either a bastard or was born to a second wife. And we learned that Barbaneth seems genuine in his convictions about what it means to be a knight. He seems genuine, and whether he has lived up to that or not, we don't actually see. But the fact that he includes things like the fact that he has taken Delita in, gotten him into the academy, and laughs about the fact that the headmaster was upset by it, and he did it anyway, says something about his character and the fact that he is a good man. Now, the fact that he delineates that Delita is lowborn and that he could serve Ramsa well is a little bit less so, but I feel like overall he is a character that's intended to show nobility in a more true sense than we're going to see from a lot of the other noble characters in this story, who are a little bit more hypocritical with their idea of chivalry. Especially as we start exploring the idea of class, which is going to be a lot. So yeah, I think this is going to be where we wrap up for our first video. Got through the 2 kind of introductory levels. Next time we will get into the menu a little bit, start playing around with some of that, look at our shopping options, and probably get into the... let's see, what do we got next? We got Mandalia Plain. Yeah. So we'll probably be heading to Mandalia Plain next time, and possibly doing a little bit of treasure hunting as we go as well. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please let me know. Leave a like or subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. Catch you next time.